Team Jackson, what's happening? So I've been asked quite a few times to speak on narcissists, or guys who suffer from narcissistic personality disorder.
This fool is tripping.
What kind of shit is that?
Which is something you have to be diagnosed with by a psychiatrist.
Boy, if you don't...
However, these guys tend to not think anything's wrong with them enough in order to get diagnosed, and for the few who do, they've already done quite a bit of damage on the women who have tried to love them. Oh. So as a woman, it's in your best interest to know what symptoms to look for, because regardless of a diagnosis, those symptoms can still have long-term negative effects on you. Now, contrary to the stereotype, it's not just a self-absorbed, conceited guy who posts a lot of selfies, licks his eyebrows, and fishes for compliments all day. Like, that's one part of it. But the single most defining characteristic of a narcissistic man is a guy who thinks the world revolves around him and nobody else's feelings matter.
Hello, motherfucker.
Like, on the dating scene, this can be the guy who ghosts you or wants you to chase him and put in all the work and prove why you're worthy of a phone call or an invitation for a real date.
Gay!
But the most dangerous narcissists are those guys who up front are knights in white shiny armor. I mean, they're becoming, they're enthusiastic and charismatic, fun to be around. The things that they want out of life in a relationship are all very becoming.
Just like this crazy motherfucker right over here.
But once they get into a relationship, a few months or maybe even a year in, they do a 180 into a complete monster.
What the fuck?
I mean, they treat you borderline, if not outright evil. They're malicious. They neglect you. They disrespect you.
That's what she said.
The way they talk to you and treat you is nothing like the guy that you first met.
These nuts.
The most dangerous part of all of this is that women tend to blame themselves for this shift in behavior, when really all the charming things that he did up front, it was never rooted in his character.
These biscuits.
It was just to emotionally hook you so that he could mentally have that authority to control and manipulate you later so that you could supply his narcissism. So say you two get in an argument, or maybe not an argument, you just bring one of your concerns to his attention.
The 3 victims were part of a CXS.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
It doesn't matter how carefully or tactfully you word that concern. It doesn't matter how patient you are to wait for the right time and place to talk about it.
Sound like a dick or nothing, but it says on your chart that you're fucked up.
Not only does he deny any accountability, he turns it back around on you so that you're at fault. Somehow you're to blame.
Come on. Don't be a bitch.
And not just for that particular situation, but for everything. Systematically, he attacks you on a mental level so that you question your judgment and the way that you perceive reality.
Fuck you!
Like, for example, if you say to him, it really makes me uncomfortable the way that you flirt with other women. It makes me feel like you have no regard for me nor our relationship.
I'm being real with you because I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
He'll say something like, am I flirting with other women, or is this just something else that you've made up in your head? Something else that you're imagining? You've ruined every other relationship just like that. And you're about to ruin this one by making things up out of thin air and then attacking me. That's the narcissist.
Say what?
Or if he says something like, only reason why I flirt with other women is because you don't show me enough attention. You're always spending time with your friends or at work or at the gym. You don't show me enough attention. That's why I flirt. I wouldn't have to if it wasn't for you. This is your fault.
Nigga!
That's a narcissist. You see, by constantly doing that, he's able to lower your self-esteem to a point that makes you more susceptible for future mistreatment. Not only that, he subconsciously teaches you that you're lucky to be with him because no other man could possibly want you in all the ways that you are destined to ruin a relationship.
What?
Now, another thing that a narcissist will do is try to isolate you from everything or every person that you are currently influenced by or that you go to for comfort.
What the fuck?
Because if he can isolate you, then he can increase your dependency on him. And if he can do that, then he can increase his control over you and the amount of fear that you have that he'll one day leave you, which also gives him power to make you do things to keep him from doing that, although nothing will.
No shit.
Now, a lot of guys are uncomfortable with their woman dealing with other guys on a close level. But to a narcissist, he don't care if it's male or female. If he notices a close relationship that you have that's adding value to your life, he's going to find a way to throw shade on it, whether it's blatant or whether it's subtle.
My mom told me to tell you to mind your damn motherfucking business, bitch. Little stupid bitch. Little dumb teaching bitch. 2 + 2 not knowing what the fuck it is, bitch.
You know, if you have a close home girl,
Look at this
really
dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no. Look at the top of his head. Look at his lips.
Pushing me away. So at some point,
Bruh, look at this dude. Look at his hair. Oh my goodness. Bruh. Your hair about thin as shit, boy. You look like art feathers. Oh, let me see your crooked smile, lip ass boy. You look like the Jumba from Mario and Luigi movie. Boy, your hair look like rabbit shit. Bowling, look at the shine.
Or to get you back after you've already left, they'll you may show you he may buy you nice things, whatever will work to get you back into that cycle so that they will have even more control. The only way
You look like you are not the captain of this boat.
And by that point, you'll likely have already caused quite a bit
Boy,
of
look at your nose, bro.
Ruined relationships in an effort to get you material. And that's why everyone needs to know the symptoms of narcissism. But just as a whether or not you're currently dealing with a narcissist is knowing whether or not you can because if so, then your healing process is different from the average woman who's
baked bean nose ass.
from dating a guy that she has no hope
Oh, I am legend face ass.
and most importantly, the way that you see yourself within that relationship. The main way to tell that you dated one is if you find yourself at the relationship questioning what it is that you did.
Or donkey.
So bad. I'm not talking about what of yours that you can improve on to be a better wife or girlfriend or relationship partner going forward. But if you try to cause actions of his that were irrefutably wrong, or things that you never decided before meeting him, look at it! Have to take accountability for his actions.
Look at her forehead.
I'm not saying that you're a lost cause if you've ever been in that situation because you're not. Because there is no making it work.
Bruh, look at this dude nose.
Let me know what you think in the comments.
Nah, look at this. What you talking about, Willis? What is that? What? Oh, look at this dude, damn. Look at his lip, look at his lip. No.